Hey you guys, Thelona here with, well, the first round of the Steam Showdown for, what is it, round 5, and I'm finally into it. Anyway, so let's just go over a little bit of the deck and kind of what our strategy is. We're going up against Shokwaave's Mardu vehicles, and Go Blue has us pegged at losing 2-0, so before we actually get the matches going, this is just a short pregame thing. That's what's expected. So if we pull out any better than that, awesome. Okay, so he's got Mardu vehicles, Sjokwaave, so we gotta kind of deal with that in a way that, while his deck is just slightly faster than ours in just raw power, so we gotta look at that as a thing. So Rampager, it's a strong body that might get down on turn 2 to kind of slow him down, but he does have removal. We're kind of going to be relying on our fatal pushes and whatnot like that. And as the deck tends to go with things, with Lifecaster's Bestiary and Elemental Bond, if we can slip one of those down, suddenly we can go with our strategy against his kind of deck where the early aggression, we can tucker him out real quickly, but because our creatures suddenly become expendable in that regards, we can play them, we can get the value off them, we can draw into more creatures or removal and just tire them out, and eventually we're just going to come over on top. That's the plan anyway. So we just use all our resources to keep that back and keep the aggression down. If he wants to do trades, the trades tend to go in our favor because of card draw. And we'll just throw everything we can at it. And we're generally hoping for a nice low curve, a nice healthy amount of removal at the very beginning. And, oh no, Flesh Bag, you're in here for a reason. Okay, with that said, I mean, we've got our Rex Sages, we've got our removal, and that should hopefully deal with vehicles. And then on the flip side, whatever he's throwing on the ground, we're probably going to have things like Lambhole Pacifist, Greenbelt Rampager, and even our Asylum Visitors and whatnot, just totally blocking in order to get that value out. Just so that we can get a turn to get, say, Bestiary and Elemental Bond down to start improving our draws over his. And then if he happens to get to that point of getting... He's got 2 Planeswalkers in his deck. Chandra, I think 4-drop Chandra, and Gideon, which Sky Sovereign's going to have to start doing the work on at that point in time. I think that's basically our plan. I mean, we seem to be the underdog in this situation, and I'm kind of working the strategy on how we're going to get there, and it looks like that's going to have to be the plan, is just try to survive long enough to get our value stuff out, and then we can start pushing the other direction. I think that should do it. All right, so with that said, I'll just wait for him to get on, and I'll see you in the games when they get here. All right, he's on, and I'm just kind of waiting for him to get ready now. Just for those that don't know about this deck, I went with the tournament with the idea, take the deck you know. And this deck has pretty much been my deck since Duels came out. Just the one I've been working on. This has been my baby. So take the deck you know, the one you know how to play. That way, when you come into a situation, it's like, okay, I've seen this before, I know what to do. Best plan, right? Let's see. Is he ready to go? Eh. We'll just have that in the side there for when he's ready to go. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's send him an invite and see where things... Oh, cancel! Whoops! Alright. There we go. Can you go away now? There we go. All right, let's see if he's ready to go. Oh, sending a message. Let's see if he's ready. And Oh, he's sending one along. Ah, there we go. All right, we're good. And it seems that we're going up against George Takei, of all people, so all right. Love destroying avatars. All right, Mechanical Sulu. Let's see what you got. He's on the play, which is pretty bad for us with his deck being so fast. That's brutal. Okay, we got double green, a hub. We got some Fatal Push and Grasp of Darkness. I'm gonna have to go with this. It's got a start to it. Isolated Chapel, so he starts with the tap land. We're pretty lucky there. And we draw into a Fleshbag Marauder. Our black mana needs to come today, yesterday, sort of thing. All right. So he's got to have a turn 2 play, right? So he's got all his colors. He's going straight into a Motorist. And I'm not going to kill that because the vehicles are going to be coming for us. Oh, don't be a mana issue. Don't be a mana issue. We have an emergency play, but that's about as far as it goes. And his scry is going to help him out a little bit more than us. Okay, so we got a Spatial Contortion, which is probably slightly better. Do we take 3 for a Copter? Take 3 for a Copter. Let's put the pressure on in our own regards. And we'll see where this goes. So he's smoothing out his draws, so we don't know what he's got for us. Turn 3 Harvester. Ugly. That was what I was kind of worried about. Was that card coming out earlier than we could handle. There's our black mana. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, now we can play properly. So we can Fleshbag, swing for 3, try to find an answer for Harvester. I suppose that should probably be the plan. Yeah, that's basically how we're going to have to deal with that. So, yeah, otherwise just too much is coming at us for now. And if he gets another creature down, then we're swinging for... or he's swinging for more. So let's try and reduce the damage. And swing in. Luckily we got that black, so our options are not as limited. But let's see what we get here. Another Copter. How come I have a feeling Copter's not... We're going to need the land. We're probably going to need the creature. Although we can bring back the creature. There is that. It's going to cost us a black, which we can handle with energy. We have our Grasp of Darkness as well. Oh, tough calls. I'm going to go with a Scrap Heap Scrounger. And hope the mana just works its way out. So he could swing back the other way. At least he didn't get the nut draw. Complete nut draw. Now there are combat tricks, like if we can do a ooh, Doctor Engineer. That's kind of painful. So he's swinging for 4. We can set up a scenario, potentially, with Grasp of Darkness. And cause a combat trick. That's about it. Alright, so swinging in. Yep. Alright, getting the lifelink back to 20, and we're down to 13. Ooh, kind of mean. Okay, so we get Tireless Tracker. Is Tireless Tracker going to help us here? He's got flying. That's the thing that's going to slow us down. This is also an issue. But we need the land. And then we need to... I suppose we can Fatal Push if we block in some regards or create a creature. Which is going to have to be the scenario. I think. Yeah, I think Fatal Push is probably our plan. And I suppose we can Tireless Tracker and set it up that way. Of course, this can bring out any hasty shenanigans, which is a problem as well. We keep our options open. We have... yeah. I'm going to do Tireless Tracker in case we need a blocker, because technically on board he's blocking at least one thing. Let's do that. Did I play a land first? Did I? Oh, whatever. I need the black mana anyway. Let's just hang in there, baby, sort of, and hope that our kitty comes along. Gotta keep those life totals up. Now, Copter, he's going to have to decide here. We can set up a crew. All right. And see what else he has for hasty shenanigans. Simply attacking. All right, well, we're gonna crew. We still get the loot out of it, but I think our Copter needs to pay the price for... oh. That hurts. That really does. Oh, he's on the pause. And let's take it out. Kind of had a feeling that was kind of how it was going to go. But it does avoid the lifelink, but then again, the swing in life is still 3 points, so there's that as well. So now we can kind of get back into it here. We have Grasp of Darkness to take out the Thopter Engineer. We also have Spatial Contortion, which is probably the best plan to go about it. Yeah, I'm just going to swing in. Start pushing that life total back down. And then... yeah, I'm just going to Spatial Contortion that. Let's get it out of the way. Now, we could play other things. I'm going to just simply play the Scrap Heap Scrounger out. But at least he's slowed the clock by 1, which seems to have been a good plan there. Venner's Apprentice. Have to probably hold up our double black for Grasp of Darkness on that. Getting a little grim for us, however. Alright, pause and bring back the Scrap Heap Scrounger. Hopefully we can pull this off. That is our only creature in there, so there's that. There's our Pacifist, which we can play alongside Grasp, which is also a pretty good thing. Alright, so stick with the plan, and I'm going to send in this guy Actually, you know what? Let's send him both. Let's entice him to get rid of that. Let's keep our life total up by giving him an offer. Nope, he will refuse an offer that he can't refuse. All right. So with that said, let's go pacifist then. And then just hang in there. All right, come on. No, it's okay. I'm putting a little bit of pressure on here. He's probably thinking that we have a grasp of darkness, and he's probably thinking that he's right. Okay, well, copter comes up. That's a thing. And you were right. We have it. And that leaves the 3/3 on our trail. And I will block this. I don't think I saw him having buffs, so let's just kind of stick with it. Maybe I misread the deck, but still. Unlicensed disintegration, that's going to hurt. But at least we block the damage. So now our life total is really grim. Lifecaster Bestiary, where were you today? Oh my. Okay, so we can probably run a trafficker. Damn it. So we can get in for 6. I'm wondering if I should have pulled up the deck list for any surprise shenanigans. So with that said, I'm thinking still swing in, full out, and go with that. Let's get his life total down so that we're lethal next turn, and he has to think as well. That leaves Syndicate Trafficker without mana to sacrifice, just so you know. And I'm okay with that right now. Because if we can survive the swing back, he's got perfect information, this is true. But if we can survive the swing back, then we're all right. Now, if he has another unlicensed disintegration, we're looking at 2 life, which means this has to be blocked. Scrounger, okay. Luckily, that's not hurtful to us. Another Inventor's Apprentice, okay. And he's tapped out and swinging, right? Oh, he is hanging back. So we have invincible mana. Now, can we pull this off? He has more things to attack than we have to block. We can get in with this. So with that said, our Scrap Heap Scrounger could... Well, I mean, there's a trade potential there with one of his guys. Or we can crew with it and madness out Visitor, which is also not a bad plan. But we have to be careful about madnessing out Visitor. Let's just get rid of that 1/1. And our option is that. All right, let's send out Visitor. He could potentially beat us with a Visitor. Just keep that in mind. We have to be careful about this card as we use it. Okay. All right. I'm going to hold Lifecrafter's Bestiary in hand. We have artifacts to sacrifice, by the way. So there is that. I mean, we can sack a clue, pump Tireless Tracker, pump Syndicate Trafficker. They're both quite good in this scenario. DePaula is regrettable. These are human? They are human. Okay. But also card advantage is quite important in this regards. Not swinging. Okay, so we get an elephant. Does an elephant help us? An elephant can help us. An elephant gets a free crew. I'm kind of okay with that. He's going to get severe card advantage with this thing, just so you know. So let's play the Greenbelt Rampager. This is... Well, I mean... Can we use it? Or do we want the Rampager down? I'm thinking we want to just simply have the Rampager down. And have mana to sacrifice. Well, we've got 3 artifacts there. So, that's a thing. So let's just play the Rampager. And get ready with this. Now he has 3 blockers, right? Because this guy can't block. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just swing in. And hope for the best. If he's got a Fatal Push, we're kind of in ugly territory. And the Westvale Abbey is... actually pretty good. Is this the one? Do we get it? That's 6 damage. That's it? All right. Well, that's game 1 to us. See you at the next game. Alright, so gonna just send him another invite here, of course, and yeah. He knows that I still have that thing with the computer shutting down. I kind of told him just so that I'd have to restart my client, just because it's a workaround, and it works just fine. You want to know what is the only game that does that to me now? Oh, even with just the workaround in this one, and which seems to cause it to happen more? Skyrim. Because that's the game I play when I'm not recording like crazy. But it's the one that's suddenly doing it all the time. Go figure, right? Anyway. Yeah. One of your favorite games? Just nope. I don't know which I've played more now. Oblivion or Skyrim? Yeah, oh, it doesn't matter. He's on the play again? Oh, goodness. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, so we have our mana sources this time. We have a push, we have a Grasp of Darkness. We can deal with whatever he spews out for now. But we're kind of creature-like. Oh, please don't be a turn 1. Your turn 1, Kithian. Great. We can deal with Kithian. It's okay. But is he the threat? Oh, Lamphole Pacifist is pretty good. We can... Oh, yeah, and I didn't hit continue quick enough, so... He knows I have a push. The client pauses when you have 1 black mana. He's got a push. That is a Heart of Kiran. Do we send push straight now? Yeah. He's not invincible right now. And we have the answer to Heart of Kiran. And then we have Lamphole Pacifist as a backup. That said, Heart of Kiran may be coming for us, so we have to be quite careful about things here. I'm sending this Grasp, and then at which point we can probably get somewhere there. Does he have the 3-power guy? Actually, I didn't think about that. Oops. Because that would kind of really gate it there. Cultivators, god damn it. Yeah, I screwed up. Unless he's got the dwarf. Okay, so he's going vehicle heavy here. Both of them are 3 power. We get a hissing quagmire. With this said, do we take damage to try and get something down? I mean, it's a possibility. Which land, which options? I mean, we can set down the hissing quagmire now or later. Doesn't matter. Our green mana is kind of light, and it's whether or not we're doing 2 things this turn. He can only crew 1 of them, so we have to be watchful of what it is. If we leave tapped out mana, he has perfect information, but that's just one of those things. I'm thinking Aether Hub. Let's go to the Rampager train so we can have the possibility of putting out Rampager earlier, and go Pacifist. And just simply block. Oh, don't. Oh, he's got it. He's got a fatal push, possibly. So that's a thing. Now, does he have the crew capabilities? Gideon is real bad. Really, really bad. And if he ticks up, he gets to create Heart of Quran going. So that's a thing. But, I mean, if we get Lambhole Pacifist doing something, we might be able to get somewhere here. It's a pretty rough turn 3 for us here, leading into turn 4. Okay, more land. So, Gideon is upside down. There we go. Get the Rampager down, yes, but... Okay, so we know this is not a threat to him. I say, let's flip this. That's my plan. Let's flip it. Let's get this dealt with. He may have fatal push. Don't know. Surprised he didn't just simply crew with Gideon rather than use his counter. Yeah. And now Gideon's upside down again. That's not helpful. He does have energy for his black mana. And Heart of Quran also activates. That is a lot of damage coming through. Now, do we take 4 in the interest of this? That's so much damage right now. So much damage. Oh, he wishes to have a play. That would be Fatal Push is his play, so this is going to get ugly. Alright, well, that means Heart of Quran's going. This is a pretty ugly match for us, this particular one. This is him getting the draw that I was scared he was going to get. Okay, so we have Syndicate Trafficker with Copter. That can do what for us? That can block 1 thing, and we might need 2 blockers. So, with that, we have a Greenbelt Rampager come out with 2 mana. Syndicate Trafficker, and then we have 2 blockers technically. But after that, we're pretty much doomed. Doomed. We can play... the Manland isn't even active, so there's that. Manland can deal with one of these. And we just simply do not have the energy. Will you use my other green... Oh, whatever. Greenbelt Rampager and Trafficker. And then our Hissing Quagmire will be what survives us next turn, I think. And that's going to have to be what works. There we go. And the turns automatically skip, so if he's paying attention, he knows that we don't have push. Fender's Apprentice, he's out of cards, but we're out of options. He's got the board state. I'm 100% certain he's got this one. Gideon decides to be upside down again because he just likes being all topsy-turvy like that. He gets down, does a little headstand of some sort. Yeah, whatever. There we go. I fixed you. It's okay. I got you. I got you, Gideon. I got you covered. So that's the aggression coming in. Now, we have the option to get rid of something, but I don't think it's going to save us, honestly. And in fact, it'll take out both our creatures in this process. It's so ugly right now. Miracle Draw, please come, is what I'm saying right now. We're going to go for both. Because it's reliant on future draws. Meanwhile, what we have is not going to cut it. I did hit confirm, I assure you. There we go. All right. Going to 1. Oh, you had to show up at the worst possible time. So we have a Westvale Abbey and we have a Hissing Quagmire. I'm just going to concede now and say, yep, you got me. Yeah. You got me. Done. That was pretty brutal. All right, well, we still have one more game to go through. Let's see how it goes. All right, let's do this one more time. And, well, we're already doing better than expected, so let's go in for the final fight. Maybe we're on the play with a decent hand, and we get somewhere. And he just, like, 0 lands, Mulligan down to 2. Oh, we're good. All right. Let's just call the Miracle Draw now. That way when it comes off, it'd be like, yeah, told you. All right, yeah. Let's just hope. Oh no, my luck. Let's not talk about my luck then. How about we don't do that? He's on the play again? Oh my goodness. The odds. Okay, so we can drop a ton of green stuff, but it doesn't interact with anything. This interacts, except we don't have the colorless mana. So we're going to have to go with this. It's all right. It's usable. We're going to go with it. Please don't... Ah, he has the turn 1. He's got a Toolcraft Exemplar. That's kind of ugly. We might have to turn 2 Pacifist for that, which is exactly what Pacifist is in here for. We draw a... You know what? Let's just get that out of the way right now. We draw potential lands for Tireless Tracker is what we draw. Let's see if he gets a lucky vehicle. He gets a Scrap Heap Scrounger, which is good enough. Sends in the 3, I'm sure. Yep. All right, let's see where this goes. More land. That's wonderful. All right, let's at least get our blockers out. Next turn, I don't know what we're going to do because Tireless Tracker is kind of value at the same time. But we need to get the aggression out of here. And that's another Scrap Heap Scrounger. Oh my goodness, the pressure. Don't have a 1-drop. You had a 1-drop. Oh my god. That's a wide board state if I ever saw one. So, he's sending he's sending both of them. All right. So here's my plan. I'm going to block the Scrap Heap Scrounger, and next turn, if it's possible, block the Scrap Heap Scrounger. Forcing a decision on if he has to bring it back, we're getting rid of something. It's a plan, right? Okay, Syndicate Trafficker is good with Tracker, which means that we can probably get somewhere with that. We do need a colorless source relatively someday. So next turn we can drop 2 creatures technically. If we were to ignore value entirely on Tracker, which is probably not a good idea, although he is down to 2 cards. Scrap Heap Scrounger. He'll just simply bring back Scrap Heap Scrounger if there was ever a case. Now, can we absorb next turn's damage? 3, 6, 7, 8, which puts us down pretty low without much silver lining. So I'm going to drop Tireless Tracker here. I know there's no value to be had here. But like I said, let's go with the original game plan as much as possible and just try tire him out. That's the plan. And we should probably stick to it. Deviate from the plan, that's where things go wrong. Although contingencies are a thing. God damn it! Thing. That is a thing. So this guy does not have first strike yet, but that is a thing that could come up. So we're going to make him have this decision. And that's really all we can do about that. Okay, that's interesting. But it also means it's going after the Thopter. If we drop Trafficker and Scrounger, he can simply sack the Thopter so that our Trafficker can't block. That is a thing. That could get ugly too. We're going to go Trafficker Scrounger here. He doesn't seem to have removal, and we seem to have removal we can't use. If we draw a colorless source next turn, maybe we can start chipping into it. He doesn't necessarily have to play tricks here. He could just, you know, rush in. That is a thing. Thopter Engineer. Oh my god. So he's not opting for the sacrifice, don't block thing. That does not give that first strike. That's a lot of stuff. So in this case, no. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a lot. This is a very wide board state. And we're just not fast enough. I knew this deck was faster than mine, but it's just not quite there. We're at 2 life, so we can go out with a bang. So how do we bang this out? That's a pretty aggressive freaking thing. Well, let's just throw it out Sky Sovereign. Maybe he's scared of it. Maybe, just maybe, he'll fear it. And let's just get rid of the 3-2. And just call it a day. Let's let him beat us in classic fashion. Let's go all out. Let's beat him out. Let's call it a day. Let's do it. Let's block him out. No, we weren't getting this one. All right. Take that, Thopter. Yeah. Yeah. Now, if this only said attacks or blocks, we might be able to lose on a 0. Oh, goodness. Well, that's the first round, and, well, we put up more fight than what was expected, so good on that. All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Go take a look over at whatever I don't have his media information, but I'll put it down in the description when I get it. All right? So go take a look at his perspective, and yeah. All right. See you later, and see you for round 2. Bye-bye.